There we go. So
How you
John's
doing?
here. I'm doing fabulous. So this guy saved my ass a little bit, I'll be honest, as have a couple of other speakers along the way, Ronnie being one of them, because when you start putting together collaborations with people, the problem that you have is you have to deal with people.
Yeah.
And some people aren't always that reliable, and sometimes life just happens, right? And so putting together a summit like this has its challenges, and Jon was very gracious enough to connect with me and come and help us out and share some incredible value with us today. So let me just give you a little bit of an intro, Jon. I know you're not one for fluff. So Jon, I love that you put, I'm an American entrepreneur, the pride in that. Jon's an American entrepreneur. He's a top 1% growth consultant and a business master. And after becoming a 2-time self-published author, running 3 separate businesses and speaking in front of global audiences, his wealth of actual knowledge is impacting the masses. And we hope that it will impact many of you today. So Jon, give us a little bit more of you and how you came to be doing what you're doing and how it leads into what we're going to be talking about today, which is really how to optimize your email marketing with AI, among other things and tools you're going to share.
So it kind of goes off of what Ronnie just said at the very end of what he said. And that is, until AI completely takes over the world and does everything it can do, and it gets very, very advanced, which it will do a lot quicker than we think it will. In the meantime, the education and knowledge you have and what you put behind AI, the prompts you use, and everything else is dictating the success you have with AI. So that's kind of what I'll be going through, is more of different prompts, different tools, different resources, and kind of the education, understanding enough so that when you use AI, you actually know how to tailor it, use it better. A little bit about me quick is I actually got started very young. As we talked about, I got started at 13 years old in the digital marketing world. I got started very young. My dad kind of brought me into the fold. He had 2 offline businesses. They went bankrupt in the 2008 crisis, especially in the American United States. And he turned to online marketing. I saw that at the time. I went with it. Failed miserably my first few years, couldn't legally make money. And then from there, launched affiliate marketing businesses, started dabbling in email marketing, learned more and more and more, eventually grew many different businesses now. Mainly right now, I do consulting. I do a lot of email marketing, conversion optimization, and affiliate marketing work. And I'm just here to help contribute as much as I can. I hope you guys like what I put together. Like Jay said, I had about 24 to 36 hours, and I think I got something good for you.
You were lucky. One of our other speakers got about 6. So
6 is wow. That's
I mean, testament to you. Absolutely. I mean, let's tell us, give us like a frame of what you're going to be talking about and what people can expect to get out of this talk today.
So number one is walking through a different way to follow up with your email marketing, because truly the vast majority of what people are taught on how to sell, quote unquote, to their email marketing list, to their prospects, to anyone they're reaching out to. Most of it is wrong. Most of it is not in depth enough, and most of it is not personalized, customized. And there's a lot that's missed out on. So I'm going to be walking through, number one, the strategy behind it. Then I have I have some prompts to use for using the strategy. I'm going to be walking it through. And then I also have a tool I very highly recommend, 2 tools I recommend to use and secure these strategies in place while you're using prompts, while you're working with AI in a few different ways.
Beautiful. I love it. Let's get into it. You can share your screen if you need to share your screen.
Awesome. I will share up. Let me know.
Yeah, you're good to go.
See what I got here. All right. So we're going to start off with, again, the title of this and what I'm walking over is hyper optimizing, because I'm a big believer of a lot of the profits that's being produced and going to be produced in most people's businesses is, yes, from an increase in leads being generated, but also mainly from optimizing what you already have in place. And with email marketing, to this day, being the highest converting form of marketing to date, it is the thing you want to optimize. Now, most people, the reason why you're not seeing that be the case is because you're not following the things I'm going to walk you through. So I cannot highly stress enough that please follow this and use what I'm about to give you, because if you do not, it's why most likely you're not seeing the profits you should be in your business. Because email marketing and just follow up in general is the only way you raise conversion rates and the only way you can increase the amount of sales you're generating from the business you already have. So again, with this all being around AI, is I wanted to take email marketing, the highest profit producing marketing activity and channel there is with AI, which debatably could be considered the highest converting tool and resource, and let's combine them together to ensure that when you follow the strategy I use, you're also using the AI prompts and tools I'm giving you guys. So we're going to be going through, again, mainly the strategies, also the prompts, a couple other resources I use. There's a cool little picture of me. I'm not one of a self-promoter, other than saying that I'm American. I mainly do consulting now, and I want to walk through and just give you guys as much value as possible. I think you'll like it. Now,
I think you were 13 now, weren't you?
I think at 17, I was between 16 and 18 there. I got started speaking very, very young. It's something I love, and I'm very nervous there. Not as nervous now, thank God.
Love it.
So the first thing we're gonna do is change how you email, because the vast majority of people, number one, if you're emailing once a week or once a month, which is probably everyone in this room, you are burning your money. Like every dollar you spend on advertising, every dollar you spend on lead generation, every dollar you spend on any of this stuff, you are burning your money. You must follow up. Number one, this isn't even this part, but a minimum of one time per day, or one time per week, or one time every other day, within reason. Now, most people, because I have to get through this barrier of people's understanding, is they go, oh, I'm spamming my email list. I'm spamming them, they're not going to like that. Well, if you're only giving them value, and you're only giving them educating, entertaining, and enticing content that they actually like, that they enjoy, that actually builds a real relationship with them, versus just selling them. Because if every email from a company as well, I'm never going to buy, and I'm going to put those emails in spam, and I'm never going to listen to anything anyone says who sends those type of emails. So all emails someone sends need to be from entertaining, enticing, and educating perspectives. And the vast majority of them, around 80%, should be entertaining and educating, because people, unfortunately, with AI, it has its good things too, though. With AI, with just kind of how culture has developed over the years, forget that your main actual job with email marketing and follow-up is to build an actual relationship with the people on your list. And the only way you actually build a relationship is building like, know, and trust. And how you build like, know, and trust is how you relate with your audience. And how you relate comes down to using different perspectives of communication, because some people are more logical on your email list. Some people are more emotional. Some people are only receptive to storytelling. Some people are only receptive to how-to guides and resources. They want just the value. Teach me how to use your whatever you help them with to do X, Y, Z. So the majority of the content you're producing in all of your emails should be helpful, valuable. It should be educating, which is how-to guides, resources. Here's some tools. Here's how to use our product and service. Everything, walking them through who you are, what the company is, what the product and services actually do for you. Entertaining is something that most businesses don't do, and it's the reason why you don't actually relate or build a relationship, is using a lot of storytelling, creating funny sticks, using funny jokes, using anything that is entertaining, that is fun, that is exciting, that shows you and your business has an actual personality and that can relate to people. So entertaining and educating content should make up the vast majority of how you email your list. Enticing is, of course, deals, discounts, bonuses, guarantees, actually selling to them. So I want everyone in the room to really think about this and change how you email. It will make your emailing go a lot better, because people are often so focused on, well, I've sent 7 emails on buy this now, it's the best thing ever, here's how it gets them results. You have no other perspectives to email from, and that's why emailing your list, you only want to do it once a month or once a week or once a year, because you don't know how to actually email them and build a relationship with them. So number one, first thing to do is change how you email. You will see much higher conversion rates, and you will see also lead retention, leads retaining longer and staying on your list and not bouncing, not unsubscribing, because they look forward to your emails.
John, I had a question for
Yes.
you around this. So people always say you need to add value, right? And for a lot of people, this is where they get hung up. Like, what is valuable to people? So can you just talk into that a little bit in the context of this? Absolutely. Be engaging, be entertaining, be all of the things that you're talking to. Like, in order to build a relationship, what does that look?
And I agree, that is the biggest thing. Is people go, well, what's value? What is this? What is the actual value you're talking about? Because it's the biggest thing people say. Give value always. You have to illustrate and show them that you can actually solve their problems in a short duration of time with a large expected quality result. And you can also get them the solutions and benefits they're looking for. So you illustrate that through social proof. You illustrate that through actually showing them, hey, when you use my product, here's exactly what happens. Here's a case study behind it. Here's other detailed logical information behind it, how it works, what we've done before for others. So you can use stories, you can use actual case studies, you can use testimonials, you can use other kinds of social proof. Do whatever you can to illustrate you can actually get the results for them. And again, even some of it, the value is also in building a relationship through literally something as simple as, I've created emails about a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. This is not a joke, but I relate the layers of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to the layers of business. First, you have lead generation. Then you have the process the leads go through, which is the peanut butter and the jelly. Then you have the bottom layer, which is the sales process, or which is this is a silly example, but you can use real life stories and relate it to how you work with your audience in a fun and exciting way. There's value just in also as well following up just more often. That's the biggest thing. Is there's many statistics and a lot of data around, for example, people who do high ticket sales, who are agencies, who are SaaS companies, who are consultants, you name it. One of the fastest ways they can increase customers retaining, because if you're being paid $5,000 to $20,000 a month, you want to keep customers as long as possible. Obviously, the one thing that dictated that is literally just communicating more with clients. Just that, not being better, not being special, just communicating more often. So there's value in communicating more often, even if it's poorly. Number two, in showing and illustrating how you actually help them and actually helping them. So give a lot of stuff out for free that you can, within reason, on how you help them get them results they're looking for, solve their problems. Give them stuff for free, solve their problems for free, and then they'll buy the other stuff you have that's a lot more expensive. So number one, love the question, by the way, change how you email and how you follow up in general. And again, I've already gone through this. I recommend emailing one time per day or every other day, very, very bare minimum, one time per week. Otherwise, it's why you're not getting the results you are or wanting to see most likely in your business, because follow-up is the only way to communicate most often with your audience. You can't follow up, you cannot generate customers. So use these 3 E's. And now we're kind of ready for some prompts to use and some tools that I've been using to kind of make this actually work. Any other questions?
No, I think you're good. I always love the saying, the fortune is in the follow-up. And if you get that in your head and you get that concept, then you'll see that it's very expensive to get someone to actually engage with you in the first place. But when you have them, you need to go deep with them and make sure you take advantage of that in a authentic way, of course, not take advantage of them, but take advantage of the opportunity, because it's kind of like that thing I always think about. There's only 2 ways people monetize, right? They monetize people's attention. That's what Facebook does with ads. That's what Google does, YouTube, or they monetize your information, your data. So your email address, phone number, address, etc. So if you understand that, then you've got someone's attention. You want to keep getting their attention through the follow-up, which is so powerful. And
it's your only tool you have to do that is follow-up. And because otherwise, how else are you going to build a relationship with them? Because if you don't build a relationship with them, they will never buy from you. That's most people's cases. Most people's cases is right now, most likely, if you're in the room, you are getting leads, even if it's a few. You're either getting no leads or getting some leads or even a decent amount of leads, but very few people are actually buying. It's because you're not doing the thing that actually is building a relationship with them. But we want to make this simpler for you. We want to make this easier for you. And that's what we use AI for. So I have just two prompts here, literally one for writing the headlines and then one for literally writing the body copy for the emails for you. Now, again, with these headlines and all writing with AI, which again, this is something simple. So I would use literally ChatGPT, use Jasper, use any AI writing tool. You're going to want to customize. You're going to want to personalize. You're going to want to use the deep language that you know about your product and services and that you know about your offer. Because as always, I'm just like Ronnie said, and I believe in right now until AI gets so crazy good that it's insane, you have to be able to, and even when it's really good, I believe you're gonna have to be able to use your own education, your own knowledge of your business to interpret, to customize, and make your AI work better for you. So here's two AI prompts that I use, very effective for creating these entertaining, enticing, and educating perspectives to write content from, whether it's email marketing, whether it's ads. You can do this for ads as well. You can do it for basis for sales pages. Use something like this. Take a screenshot of this. There'll probably be some other way to get it after the show, but use these because again, the one of the biggest things with writing emails that people have difficulty with, other than how do I create value, is coming up with ideas. So the biggest thing AI I think is really good at is coming up with ideas for these different entertaining, enticing, and educating email perspectives, subject perspectives to use when you're writing, when you're creating ads. Because real quickly as well, if you use this not just for your email copywriting, but if you also use it for your ads, the ads that relate the most are the funny ones, are the ones that are entertaining, that get shared all over the place. The content, the sales pages, everything that works the best is that which actually has counter AI, but used by AI, you can use it, is personality, and that actually, again, built a true relationship because it truly understands very deeply the audience. So again, using this prompt, you want to list where it goes through the results they want right here, the results they want and the prompts they have. Use as many, because I played around with this, use as many different variables and details as you can when illustrating this, because AI feeds off of the details you give it, and the least amount of details you give it means you're going to get less good quality results from it. So if you want really good high quality emails to come from this and headlines to come from this, make sure you give a variety, as many results that you can think of your product and services help you get, and as many problems as possible that they can have solved.
I think it's also important, John, to ground the fact that people open emails and they open based on who's sending it first and then the headline, right? So
yes,
you can still get people attention if you put together a great headline, because not everybody reads the name, but most people do. And if they're like, oh, okay, maybe this is of interest to me, if the headline is compelling enough.
Yeah, and that's kind of the basis of why I go through the educating and entertaining and enticing perspectives to follow up from, because it makes it less about the headline. Well, the headline is important, so is the body copy, but it makes it more about the actual brand in person. That's the biggest mistake people also see in email marketing and their leads. Why their email marketing isn't effective is because you haven't, again, built that relationship. And when they see your name, they don't think, oh, this is value. Oh, this is going to be something great. Oh, this is going to be a freebie. Oh, this is going to be something exciting. They think, oh, he's selling me for the 800th time this week. I have no interest in buying from you. For example, someone really good who I recommend people follow is Frank Kern. Frank Kern, I open every email of his. His open rate for me is probably 95%. And the reason why is because I know that he's going to be sending me something actually valuable, that I actually enjoy, that I actually really like. So keep that in mind. If you want really high open rates and click-through rates of your email, he's 100% right. It goes upon the long-term retention of your leads, and that happens from you actually providing them value, giving them freebies, giving them discounts, giving them deals, building a relationship through the entertaining and educating form of follow-up as well. Now, unless you have anything else, that we have kind of some really good prompts that you guys can use just for generating some ideas, because the idea part is the most difficult part. There's a tool that will help you make this go hyper much more profitably. It's called Personalize. So go to ai.human.marketing/personalize. And what it actually does is, as you're emailing your list, as they're going to other pages, websites, places, they're seeing ads, you name it, because they're on your email list and they're clicking on your links and they're being tracked. What it does is it customizes and tracks the interest of the content your audience has. So let's say you create, like I walked through here, you create a 9 email sequence, a 9 email swipes, 9 emails in a sequence. 3 of them are entertaining, 3 of them are enticing, 3 of them are educating. You then use this tool, which I highly recommend. You use this tool so that when your audience is hitting your emails, you're able to actually identify with this tool which type of content they prefer the most. And of course, when you can clearly identify what type of content, entertaining, enticing, educating, they like the most, you can send them more of that and you'll get a lot better results with your emails automatically. Very, very cool tool. So again, you could do this manually kind of through looking at the open rates and click-through rates, but actually deeply tracking where they're going to, other interests to have other than just on your email list. I highly recommend you use this tool. It works wonders because again, when you can clearly identify what your audience is actually interested in, then you can customize and personalize even deeper the emails you're going to send out after that. So it's
because then you can segment and you can be like, okay, well, these types of ideas work with this audience, and then you can continue to deepen that relationship. It's kind of that whole thing, isn't it? That no one really likes to be treated like a cog in a wheel. No one likes to be treated like a number. And we had Justin B. Leon on the last event, and he was incredible. And he said something interesting. He said, how many of you acknowledge people for a like on social media right now? Right. And everyone's like, no. He's like, you take it for granted. And he's like, in the beginning, you were like, whoa,
that's a like.
Holy like, mom, dad, husband, wife, I've got a like. I'm so famous.
Right.
Whereas now we take it for granted. And so he looked at it as a great opportunity to go, hey, I really appreciate you liking my post. And that, of course, creates that personal touch, which is what you're talking into here, and deepens the relationship.
Yeah, this is like really good social media marketing done right, engaging with people, but just with email. So super, again, highly recommend this tool for everyone. By the way, I noticed I have like 4 minutes left, so I'm going to hyper go through this really quickly, if that's okay.
We can stretch to about 6.
Okay. I got a little more then. So the second tool I recommend for many different reasons is because of, number one, with us being in the information and the data age, with email marketing being so important, with all this being very, very important and wanting to keep things private and secure, I recommend that you guys back up everything you do with AI, literally everything. Also because AI is, a lot of the tools you're using is private companies, which may or may not take down information, change information, you name it. I'm a big guy on just personally keeping stuff secure, having a copy of everything I do, especially if it's done with AI, because private companies of every kind, even Google Drive, you name it, I don't want anything of mine being taken down. I want a copy and file of everything I have. So I recommend a service called Got Backup. Go to backupyourmoney.com, and that is a data hosting and file storage, online data storage, very similar to Google Drive. That's private. That's not a publicly traded company. It's very private because, again, for me, one, with AI becoming so advanced, with it being used in a variety of different ways, and it at some point, let's just say, not, I'm joking, but it takes over, it goes crazy, whatever. It is capable of changing and manipulating information however it wants, which it's AI, that's kind of its design in many different ways. I believe in, especially AI stuff, emails, like the emails you use and create, you should have backups of everything you do anyways, just for your business safety. For the AIs you use, the prompts you make, for any images you're creating, anything with AI, and just in general, business data of any kind, your leads list. For example, just with social media, my dad, Richard Weberg, who I'm partners with in business, he had randomly his entire Facebook gone. Well, a lot of us on Facebook share like all of our important family memories, all of our important information like that. So all that stuff, also business pictures of him traveling, of whatever. A lot of assets from his personal stuff gone. Sometimes with CRMs and autoresponders, you can have, because this all pertains to email marketing, you can have your entire list or portions or segments of your list go poof. It's very rare, but these things do happen. So something I recommend for just anything involving AI, and I back up all of my prompts, all my files, everything, is use, whether it's this or use some other kind of data storage to back up your files, your pictures, anything created by AI, your emails you're creating, the sequences you're creating. Because one, you don't know if your files are going to disappear randomly. You don't know if AI is possible of manipulating them, which I have no idea. I haven't looked that much into it. And it's just a good idea to back up your emails, back up your leads list, because that you can lose, forget about, it gets cleaned out. Someone doesn't like what you say online, it gets taken down, you name it. So backupyourmoney.com, use this as a resource, back up your storage, please, because let's just say out of however many people in this room, it happens to 3 people, but it's your leads list and it's gone. Or it's something else. It's all the information you've been storing in an AI tool, and now the AI tool, the service goes bankrupt, because that happens. Companies, especially with companies growing rapidly with the startup of AI, there are going to be companies that are here that are no longer here in 5 years or 3 years or 2 years. So keep that in mind. Next, I have just some final advice on email marketing in general, because again, it is truly, whether you see it right now or not, it is the highest converting tool and channel for you to grow your business. If you're not, and it's all follow-up, if you're not seeing that, there's a reason why, because you're not following the strategy we've laid out here. You're not following up in entertaining, enticing, and educating ways. You're not mixing it up. You're not following up often enough. And something I cannot recommend more than anything else is also a really good CRM or autoresponder. Also as well, because a lot of these CRMs and autoresponders are beginning to use AI custom built into them. So for example, Kajabi's playing around with, you guys will like this if any of you launch any courses or plan to launch any courses of any kind. Kajabi now, because a lot of what they do is yes, CRM, autoresponder, managing leads, building sales processes, funnels, websites, etc. But now you can create courses and all the details, a lot of the details within them, by just typing in what your business is about. Like you could type in consulting, you could type in health and wellness, it would create an outline for a course in 5 seconds. And then what you can do from there is eventually these CRMs and really good quality CRMs are going to not just use AI for email marketing, for headlines, for body copy. They're going to use it for building your entire website. They're going to use it for building your funnels, your support systems, which is also being done already. There's a couple
John,
of tools,
I hate to interrupt you. We are right out of time.
I know.
And I know you've got so much gold to share, and I know what it's like when you've got so much good you want to share with people, because that's just who you are. You want to give. I just want to say a big thank you for coming on here and sharing this. I think it's just been incredible, and it's just a different perspective on email marketing, because yeah, absolutely, I'm sure we've all been in that place of how do I get people to buy instead of how do I nurture that relationship and think a little bit more long-term than that short-term thinking. So I'm so glad that you actually shared this. There are people asking, how can I get the slides? If you send me the link to the slides, if you've got them, I'll put it in our resources file, which I've been posting in the chat for you. Just want to say a big thank you for coming on here, John. And like I said, saving my ass a little bit here.
Thank you very much as well. And again, everyone, just if I can say anything that you guys listen to the full effect, please, for the love of God, email your list once a day. Use ChatGPT. Use some kind of something, right? It could be about walking your dog related to your business and how you help people. Please, please, please make sure you follow up often, and follow up using different perspectives. You will see so much more success with your business. This goes even deeper to segmentation, split testing, and other stuff too. But I appreciate your guys' time. I appreciate you as well. I'm glad I could make something work for you guys. And thank you everyone for watching and listening. You're going to love what else is still to come.
Amazing. Thank you for coming on, John. Show him some love in the chat, everyone. Just say a big thank you for coming out here and sharing.